Road safety in Nigeria is no longer just about avoiding accidents. It's now also about staying alive amid crimes such as kidnapping, armed robbery, and one-chance operations on our highways. Investigations have shown that over 170 highways across Nigeria have been identified as crime-prone, with frequent cases of kidnappings and armed attacks on travelers. Studies also indicate that more than 55% of violent crime incidents in some parts of the country occur on highways, making road users particularly vulnerable. Surveys among travelers reveal that nearly 60% of commuters fear armed robbery while traveling, while over 40% fear kidnapping on major routes. Police records from the Federal Capital Territory alone reported over 100 kidnapping cases, almost 270 armed robbery incidents, and more than 261 chance robbery cases in 1 year, reflecting a wider national trend. Criminals often exploit bad roads, isolated stretches, and weak security presence to carry out these attacks. As a result, many Nigerians now avoid night travel, transport costs are rising, and fear has become part of daily movement. Experts say improving safety will require better road repairs, increased patrols, surveillance technology, and public awareness, because road safety today is not only about traffic control, it's also about personal security and protecting lives. Today's episode promises to be an interesting one, as we'll be having an outdoor discussion with our guest, a security expert who will help us understand today's topic of discussion. You are still watching Third Eye Africa Television, and this is Watch Your Back. My name is Margaret Ogomesin. We'll be right back after this short break.
This collation center is a fabrication of our own ideas that collation center becomes superior to result coming from a polling unit. We must have an election that represents the true wishes and aspirations of our people through the ballot. And elections must stop at the polling unit. You can't have election at the polling unit. People have cast their vote. Elected members have been elected. It's uploaded to the new technology that we're using, the IRF and the beavers. And then you get to collation center, you see another result like it happened in Edo.
We must now go back to section 88 of the Constitution, which gives only the National Assembly, not EFCC, not ICPC, not the police, not the DSS or the National Security Advisor. They don't have such powers. Only the National Assembly has the power to carry out investigation of funds that have been allocated, that have been approved by the federal government through the budget, the Appropriation Act enacted by the National Assembly.
This is democracy in action.
I report. Have you ever witnessed a crime or suspicious activity around you? Don't stay silent. Take action. You can now report crimes easily by sending videos to us on I Report. Record a video and a brief narration of the incident with the location and send to 0701 372 8007 on WhatsApp only. Your action could help save a life or stop a crime in progress. Stay alert, stay safe, be the voice.
Welcome back from that break. Here with me to enlighten us more on how to prevent crimes on our highways is Commodore Dr. Ifeanyi Nzelibe Rtd. He's a security expert and he's going to educate and enlighten us on things we need to know on how to prevent crimes on our highways as road users. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you on Watch Your Back.
Thank you very much.
All right, and I want us to talk about the state of insecurity in Nigeria. 55% studies have shown that violent crimes in Nigeria, in some parts of the country, happened on our highways. Do you think that 55% is a reflection of the state of insecurity in the country, or do you think it should be more than that?
Well, since we are talking about highways, because if you say 55%, in some areas it could be more than that. In some other areas it could be less. So we can just take that 55% is okay for now. Given what is happening in the country today, 55% is just a fair, number. to go with. But you will know that security on our highways are affected by a number of factors. If we say 55%, yes, in some places it could be 55, some places it could be 10, because if you go to northwest, their travels may not be as hectic as it is going down south. Yes. Down south, kidnappings and the rest of them. In the northwest, you see that they will go to the people's houses, go to schools and kidnap them. But if you go down south, you see that normally they wait for them on the road to waylay them and attack them. So 55%, I think, is a fair figure. So, but it's, affected by a number of factors. First and foremost, you will say that poor security, local security, of the areas traversed. The federal government cannot be everywhere. No matter what the quantum of money allocated to them is not enough for them to now be able to govern everywhere. If you move to a place, for instance, going from Damaturu or, towards Maiduguri, you see that you can go for more than 4 hours on a lonely road, vast area, ungoverned. So how do you want that place to be governed? How do you want the security to be maintained in that place, in that kind of highway? So the local security men we have, like we call vigilante, may not be able to, because they are not even empowered. If you carry AK-47 and give to them, government will come after you. They say, no, you are not supposed to. Highest you can carry is pump action. But the people that are attacking you are having AK-47, are even superior firearms. So it becomes a difficult something for the local vigilante, that's local security arrangement. They will not be able to contend with it. So that is number one. Number two is poor surveillance and security infrastructure. You see the vast expanse of land we are traversing in Nigeria. Surveillance is a problem. It's a very big challenge. Then the security infrastructure is not there too. Some of the infrastructure, if I can mention, is like the CCTV, the tracking system, and even the vehicle itself. Some of the patrol vehicles are not there. If you have a problem and, give a distress call to the next police station, sometimes they may not even come because there's no vehicle. Or even when they have a vehicle, there's no petrol, or it's not properly maintained, that kind of thing. So that one is another issue. That's poor surveillance and poor security infrastructure is also aggravating the matter. Then another one is the state of the roads. If the roads are not good, are not motorable, you discover that people will slow down. In some places, they will even stop altogether to look very well before they, circumvent the bad place. In doing so, you are endangering people's lives. So these are some of the points that make it that 55%. I say it's okay. Then the last one is geographical factor. If you are moving, you see that so many places you have forests, thick forests. So these people, when they act, they run into the forest. It becomes difficult for even law enforcement agencies, the security agents to even come after them in the bush, in the forest. So then the last one is limited emergency response system. We have limited emergency response system in the country. Maybe, because Nigeria is so vast, they will not be able to just give any locality emergency system. So it's also affecting what is happening. That is the number you are just, banding now, that is 55%. So I'm supporting you that is up to 55%. It could even be more.
But with the way the increase in kidnapping activities on our highways, I was thinking you would say it's more than 50, it should be more than 50.
That's what I'm saying, that it could even be more.
Yes.
It could even be more. And why I say that 55, let's leave it like that, because in some areas, highway kidnapping is not their problem. Highway attack is not that. They even go to people's houses. They go to schools, like we have seen lately. They went to schools in Nigeria. They went to Sokoto, And in the past, we have seen them go to Chibok and other areas. So some areas, yes, But predominantly, we see that insecurity on the highways is increasing. Yes, it's increasing, especially from middle belt down to the south. Yeah.
What about for maybe daily commuting to work, going about businesses?
That one is there, but it's not as prevalent as the ones on the highways. These local ones, the one intra-city movement, they are not much. But it's not that you are ruling it out that they are not there. They are there. They can be. Somebody can be attacked even in Abuja here. Moving from Wuse to Gariki, you can be attacked. But it's not the number of times, the frequency of occurrence is what we are talking about. It doesn't occur frequently inside the city as it does on the highways. Yeah.
Okay, so 170 places has been tagged as a crime zone. That's a very huge number. How did we get here as a country? 170.
As a country, we plan for it. We plan for what we are seeing today.
Okay.
In the past, immediate past, you will recruit children of less than 10 years old and give them to a scholar, maybe Islamic scholar. You call them Ahmadjiris. And they are training them in only religion. They are not giving them trade. They are not giving them any profession. They are not even giving them education. So when these children grow up, maybe when they are about between 17 and 40 years old, what do you think they'll be doing? What will they do? And they are in their numbers, there are plenty. They have to leave, and their parents cannot support them. When you are 20-something years old, their parents are not even wealthy in the first place. That wealthy to start supporting somebody that is already 40 years old. So this is one of the reasons we are having the rampancy of crime. Yes, especially in the north. Yes, and the northwest, in the northeast sometimes, because we have so many people. In the immediate past, when we were having fuel crisis, if you commuted that time, or if you drove from a place like Abuja to Kano, or even to Sokoto, between Kaduna and Zaria and Kano, what you will see there will be a beehive of activities. People without any trade, they are just selling fuel. They will go to the filling station and buy fuel, come to the highway and market it. That's their only way of life, their livelihood. That shows that they don't have anything doing. So if there's any small jack in that kind of business, those people will be without job. And if you are without job, what else is left for you to do if it's not crime? You take to crime because you have to survive. So that is one of the reasons. Apart from the factors I enumerated earlier on the first question you gave me, this one is also part of it, this Ahmadjiri system. And I traveled sometime from Damaturu to Nguru when I was doing a kind of research. After Gaidam, between Gaidam and Nguru, if you see sand was moving like water. They call it desertification, isn't it? Sand was moving. You will be looking at sand, it will be moving. This sand is taking over people's farmlands. It's taking over grazing fields. So all these people that are displaced, they have to look for a way of getting even succor somewhere. And some of them, if they cannot get, they will resort to terrorism. Because last week, I think the Minister of Information has classified all these banditry, robbery, and all of them, said they are all now terrorists. So they resort to terrorism. So this is also part of it. Geographical experience, geographical concerns is also affected. But the major one is this Ahmadjiri, then unemployment. You can't be in a country where some people are so affluent and they are even flaunting it all over the place without any source of income. Then another group of people are just down there. They can't even feed one meal a day. And there are many because they are in their numbers. Check the number of people graduating every year from tertiary institutions. Check from high schools. They are in their numbers. And most of these people cannot get something to do. They are unemployed. And they have to eat. They have to have the basic amenities of life. And how do they get it? Some of them without conscience will now resort to crime. So if you now juxtapose it with all the ones I enumerated, bad road, the poor surveillance, local security that is not adequate, then the main national security, because these subnationals, they are not adequate. The national ones that the police and military are not dressed up, they are not enough too. So if you now juxtapose all of them, you see that we're heading to somewhere, this kind of thing. Now 170 crime-prone areas. Maybe in the next few, if it's not checked now, in the next few months, it might even be more than that. Because the thing is now taking over all Nigeria. It's taking over everywhere, even in my own village. I'm here. I have not traveled for Christmas yet. I may still travel. But I know what happened before now. It was difficult for people to go to my village. What happened? It was difficult for people to go to my village. So the thing is all over the place. We wouldn't say it's only 170. The thing is now getting across the entire country.
As a security expert, particularly the FCT, can you educate the viewers, the areas that are crime zones?
Well, that one, police is normally giving that kind of advisory. Sometimes they will tell you, zone area 1, be careful, Mabushi, be careful, all those areas, they'll be telling you. Even AYA, they will tell you AYA. But then another place is, what do you call it? Area 2. In fact, from area 1 down to area 10, you have to be very careful because these one chance people are always there. From area 1, roundabout, if you're now going towards area 10, you have to be very careful. So the police, I think, they are very good at it. They have been given advisory on how to move about the black spots in Abuja where you have to wash out. Yeah.
You just said something about...
Then, Bolingo Bridge used to be a very bad place too in those days. I don't know whether it's solved now. Okay.
You said something about one chance. We've seen a lot of people fall victim of this one chance. A lot of people have lost their lives when it comes to this the operations of one chance in the FCT and maybe in some parts of the country. Why is it still gaining traction? Yes, why is it still rising even with the level of awareness and the way people are still falling victims of this operation?
It will still continue. There's nothing we can do about it except the government provides transportation. Because that's the only way. If we have good transportation system in the country, especially in Abuja here, vehicles moving from Nyanya, Maraba into the town and from town to other places, Gwagwalada and the rest of them, and they are regular and on time, people will not have any need to enter one chance. But provided these vehicles are not there, and when they are there, they are not even sufficient. If they are there at all, they are not sufficient, and probably they are poorly maintained. If you have to wait for 2 hours before you bought a vehicle and you are going to work, won't you take any alternative you see? You have to. It's not like in advanced countries, like especially in the UK, US, where they say 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is 15 minutes. Oh, this bus is leaving in 15 minutes. Another one is coming in 15 minutes. Once you see it going, you wait. You know that another one will come in the next 15 minutes, you move. But it's not like that here. So if government does not provide vehicles, commuter vehicles for the citizens, this one chance will still continue. Because you cannot stop people from entering. If you are late, any vehicle that comes around you are coming from Marabana, you are going to work. It's already 7:30. Then you are waiting for a vehicle that you don't know whether it will actually come. You see somebody say, well, I'm going to area A, I'm going to area 1. You just jump in without checking. It has to be like that. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Except it's solved. If it's not solved, it will continue.
When we started the conversation, you said something about it's not everything government can do. So when it comes to attaining this one chance operation, how can we really stay safe? So we cannot wait for the government to provide transportation, because it will take a long time. So how can we really stay safe as individuals, as commuters, as road users?
Okay, I will start from not government now, but for individuals, before I now come down to the question you just raised. People that are wealthy in this country can still help. It doesn't have to be government that will just give us buses all the time. Some people have money, they don't even know what to do with it. If I would say, borrow that phrase, they can help government by providing some buses, commuter buses for people. That is one aspect. After all, we are seeing petrol now. We are not saying that it's Uhuru yet, but it's an individual that made it happen the way we are seeing it this Christmas. That the price of petrol has dropped. So somebody with money can still help Nigerians. If it's Abuja you want to help, you say, okay, I give you 20 buses. It's not free. People will still be paying and you'll be getting your money back. You may not get everything back, but you still get it. So that's one aspect. Then the one now that is critical to people, the commuters themselves. But it's difficult. When you want to enter, you look very well. But when you are rushing, I don't see how you can now be looking at driver. Whether the driver is okay, the number of people inside the vehicle before you enter. Because in some cases, they will say, open your boot. Because we have had instances in Abuja here where some of these criminals hid inside the boot. And when you now enter, midway, they will stop. The person will come out from the boot. So they were not telling people that, before you enter, how many people can do that? Say, driver, please come and open your boot. Is it feasible? Is it workable? You see that it's difficult to do. If you are not interested, another person will jump in. So, and you don't know whether that one is one chance or not one chance. So I don't see how careful we can be, but we can try. If you see tinted glass, no matter what it is, don't enter. If you look at the passengers inside the vehicle, if your mind is telling you that these ones, they don't look decent to me, because the first instinct, the mind tells you something. If your mind tells you, I don't like this one, then follow your mind. Don't go. Wait for another one. No matter, instead you'll be late for, work or wherever you are going. So check very well before you enter. Look, if you can, check if you have number plate in the front and the back, because some of these one chance vehicles, they'll have number plates only in the front. The back, they don't have any number. And sometimes even the numbers are fake anyway. But make sure that even the two, front and back, they agree they are the same number. Then check them. And also, when you enter, don't be sandwiched. Try and be at the window side, no matter what happens, at the door side. So if you can, you go down. If you cannot, you shout. If I tell you an experience I had sometime, I did not believe something like that could happen. A taxi driver carried somebody, a woman. The woman was at the back with her child from Gwarimpa roundabout, Life roundabout, going to Mabuchi. I think they moved away from where the woman wanted to go. I think the woman was going to Kado. So you expected the driver to go down and go to Kado. The driver zoomed off on the bridge and now started heading towards Mabuchi. I was at the back. I saw what was happening. Then I was in service. And I was driving. I moved. I followed them. The woman was saying, drop me, drop me. I came close. The woman was saying, drop me, drop. The next thing the woman did was to open the door and bang it. Open the door and bang it.
She could open the door.
She opened the door because she was the only person at the back with her child. Opened the door and banged it. The person was actually taking her away. So I followed them. At a very good place, I started stopping them. The man refused to stop. I started stopping them. The man refused to stop. Eventually, I forced him to stop because I don't see whether he could be a better driver than me. I pushed him until he was able to stop. When he stopped, people came. The woman just came and started shouting, kidnap, kidnap, kidnap. People came and collected this man. They were beating. The man was not even shaking. Why were you taking this woman? He couldn't say anything. The woman just came to me and said, "Oh God, thank you very much. Thank you very much. If not for you now, this man would have taken me away." And we didn't know where he was taking her to. Broad day, like around 11 a.m., this thing happened. I said, what? So this is what some of the things that can happen to somebody. They can take you by force. Then if you are inside, if you are sandwiched, there's nothing you can do. But if you are by the door, you can do like that woman. Open the door. That's if the door can open. Because sometimes they can use central lock to lock it. If to wind down, say, will be a problem. You can't even wind down. So, but if you're able to wind down or open the door, make noise so that people will know. Don't just stay there and wait that maybe when they get to where they are going, they will have compassion on you. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they may even push you out and probably the person may die. So make noise. Let people know that you are in danger. Okay. So some other people can help.
As a sign also, can we say if you're about to board a vehicle and you want to come in, or maybe you want someone to come down and you're not willing to come down, is that also a sign? Because I've seen instances.
If you want to board,
yes,
and somebody is already sitting by the side,
yes,
I now say go inside.
Go inside.
No, maybe some people like to stay by the side. It will not come down for you to go inside.
Some no want to come down.
Then how will you go? If you don't come down for me, that means you don't want me to enter. You either move inside or you come down for me to move inside. So it's a red flag. If the person refuses to come down and refuses to go inside, go and look for another one. Yes, go and look for another one. And again, don't say because you see a woman inside the vehicle that it's a clean one. No, sometimes these women, some of these girls are in cahoots with them. All of them are working together. So when you come, like what used to happen in a place like Onitsha in those days, it's not one chance. Those days of luxury bus, you are traveling, you just enter the bus. You see that the bus has more than 12 passengers already, or even 15, 20. You are happy. Say, oh, these people, the bus will soon go. You go and enter without knowing that you are the only traveler there.
Yeah.
You will see that you want to move in the morning. Probably you are rushing to move in the latest by 8 o'clock. You will stay there. It's night bus that you have entered. They won't tell you.
Some drivers will end up being the passenger too.
At the end of the day, you see them leaving the place one after the other. And meanwhile, you have paid. So it's the same thing with this one chance. It's the same philosophy they are using. So when you come and see a woman there, don't think that the other woman is committing with you, is a committer like that. No. Shine your eye and look very well and see what is happening. It's only God that will help us. The only way to solve the problem is for government to come to our rescue, to provide buses, planes, and for people that are wealthy Nigerians to support the government.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you said something about the government just now. I was going to ask, when it comes to insecurity on our highways, who is to be held responsible? Is it the government? Is it our security agencies, or the failure of
that's indiscipline, I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's one. Maybe if we start highlighting where the areas, the important areas, we'll now be able to see who is responsible. Because if we just rush and say it's one.
When it comes to kidnapping, one chance, and many of these crimes on our ways, yes.
So who is to blame? Is responsible?
Is it the government? Is it our security agencies? Or the road users, the failure to watch their back?
Well. We'll look at the causes of all these things first. Then we'll now know. You yourself, you will now deduce from what is happening who is responsible, who is to blame. The causes range from, say, inadequate governance. One. Governance in this country is not adequate. There are so many things they do that sometimes we'll be wondering, do we actually have government? If you even catch the thief or the kidnapper or whatever insurgent, Before you know it, the person is released. So you'll be wondering, so what happened? Is that governance? Like I keep alluding to developed countries. Things are working for them there. Do you know why? Because Nigerians are more law-abiding than an average Englishman or American. Yes. We're even more religious because religion makes us, behave in a certain way. We are more religious than them. We are more law-abiding than all of them. The only difference is that place, their law works. Their law works. If you say don't pass here, it means don't pass here. Anybody that passes here will get it. But in Nigeria, if you say don't pass here, some people will pass there and nothing will happen. That is it governance? That's bad governance. And that is one of the reasons that we are having this highway something today. This insecurity on the highways because the governance is poor. That is one. Then two, I say, if you say road infrastructure, poor maintenance of roads. That is a big laugh when I hear this administration talking about Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. When you have not sufficiently maintained the ones we have here, people cannot even move from here to Kaduna with ease. You can't move from here to Lokoja with ease. You are now going to go into a grandiose project of Lagos Calabar Highway. When will you finish it? And the thing is gulping a lot of money that you should have used to maintain. The thing can be done, yes, if we have the money. The money is there. What is our capacity of petroleum products that crude that we are getting? Now, maybe you benchmark the budget. His budget on probably 3 million barrels a day, when you cannot even do 2 million now. In the immediate past, we were doing 800, 900. We now started doing 1 million. So when are we going to get that kind of money to do that kind of road? You now borrow money to be doing that one, and you leave our roads. The roads are not passable, and kidnappers and robbers are killing their citizens all over the place. I'm not saying that one is not good. It is good if we have the money to do it, yes. For now, the priority should have gone to our roads. Lagos Ibadan Expressway has been under repairs for only God knows how long. Since around 2000. Over 25 years, that road has been under construction, under maintenance. They have not finished it. Maybe they have finished it now, I don't know. Enugu Onitsha Expressway, since around 2000. It's not 25 years now. They have not even reached Oka. From Udi to Oka, in fact, you'll be wondering, are people living here or not? That place is abandoned. And the same way, everywhere, if you go to northeast, some roads there, Adamawa and the rest of, you cannot pass them. So, and you are now going to do a big one that cost of maintaining it again will go up our budget in the future. Are you just doing it so that tomorrow when the administration goes, any other one that will come, whatever you see, you take? And when will you even finish it? So what we're saying is that now this, what do you call it, insecurity is all over the place. The priority should have gone to the maintenance of the existing roads so that we'll go home. You can't even go from here to Lokoja. They have been doing every day. That road is like this. I think they closed one side, now they are doing one side. If you check, the next 20 years, they will still be doing that road. Lokoja Benin Road, Okbiza Benin Road, has been there for more than 15 years. You can't pass it. You can't, you can't cross to those areas. For what? People cannot travel. And now you're doing the one, I don't know how many people that will pass that one. Anyway, that is one of the reasons I'm trying to say that you look at governance now. Poor road infrastructure is one of the reasons we are having problem we're having today. Then inadequate security architecture, we have said that before. All of them are helping to do what we are doing. So who is doing that? Who is doing security architecture? Is it not government? It's government, you cannot do it. It's government that is giving you security. Then you say moral decadence. That is where we now have our own human beings. Because indiscipline is in this country so much that if you say don't go one way, people will go. If you say traffic light, people will beat it. So it's contributing to what is happening. When they do like that, there's a blockage somewhere. These people can attack people. So, but what is bringing that decadence? Is it not lack of punishment? So the same thing is boiling down to government. Yes, because if you punish wrongdoing, people will not do it. If you catch a motorist that's going one way and punish him duly, and other people see, even if you don't want to punish him, take him to jail or anywhere, you keep him there till 6 p.m. He's rushing to local jail, and the time is just about 7 or 8 a.m. You say sit down there. You will sit down there till 7 p.m. Tomorrow will he do it again? He will not, because he will not even embark on that journey again that day. That's the end of it. So that decadence, we say we are responsible, but government is aiding it because they don't punish wrongdoing. Anybody is doing. Nigeria is banana republic. You do whatever you like and get away with it. That is the way it is. Then the next one is socio-economic inequalities. That's unemployment, poverty, and desperation. When you are not employed, like we said before, what would you do? Inequality is too much. Unemployment, poverty is everywhere. Then it leads to desperation. Somebody that is down needs fear no fall. So a desperate person can do almost anything. So who are you going to blame for that one? If you provide, the government cannot provide jobs for everybody, but they can still try. So since there's no employment, poverty is all over the place. How do you reduce the poverty? You have gone to school, you have gotten your degree or whatever, and now there's no work to do. What will you do? Who will you blame in that one? Is it government that is not creating jobs, or the person that went to school? And that's why these days they say, do a course where you can now be employing. You can do certain things for yourself. You're not waiting for government to do everything. But it still boils down to the same thing. Unemployment is aiding this insecurity we're having. If you check most of them that are, especially down south, most of them that are doing this thing, most of them are graduates. They are university and polytechnic graduates doing this kidnapping and stuff like that because they don't have a job. Then their lifestyle, when they are looking at some people's lifestyle, even if you have a job where they are paying you 100,000, you feel that it's too small. You want to live like the Joneses. Maybe you see somebody doing small business, making money. You don't know how he's making his money. You enter into kidnapping because you want to make money. So that one, it's our own. But government, what are you doing? When you catch such people, what do? They settle you and you keep quiet. One phone call, say, leave him, he's my boy, and that's the end of it. The same thing is still boiling down to governance. So, the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. The thing is all over the place. Actually, a few days ago, we saw one on a video where a bag of bullets, live ammo, dropped from a trailer, a moving trailer. So they picked it up between Zaria and Kano. The vehicle was moving up. A bag dropped, a jute bag dropped. It was full of ammo. So
was intercepted in the city.
There's some are even intercepted. So, and some of these weapons, and most of them are even AK-47. They are cleared from our wharf. Most of them. Some come from neighboring countries anyway. Some cleared from the wharf. So who do you hold responsible? Our customs people, are they not doing well again? They are. So how did they come in? Only God knows. So when I say then inadequacies in our administration of criminal justice. Criminal justice. You see somebody, when you have double standard in criminal justice, it makes the whole thing look somehow. When I know that if I'm caught committing crime, because of my connection, I'll go. then does it deter me from committing crime? No, I'll go again. So our justice system should also be looked into. So when the justice system is in no government, everything is governance. So from your question, you see that more than 80% of the problem rests with governance. It's governance that is the problem. If they govern well, some of these things will stop. Yes, if they govern well, some of these things will stop.
At this point, we can't dispute the fact that we really need to do something to be able to reduce the way people are getting killed, the way people are losing their lives. So at this point now, what do you think will really help? Do you think patrols, maybe checkpoints on our highways, or camera surveillance will help us in reducing the effect of crime on our highways?
Okay, you say checkpoints?
Yes.
Checkpoints,
Patrols, camera surveillance.
and camera surveillance.
Yeah.
Well, if you take them individually, they will not be effective.
Okay.
If you single them out and take them individually, to my mind, from my own perspective, I don't think it will be effective. All of them should work together in a command and control room, or now supported with intelligence, communications, and operation. Because if you check all of them now, you see intelligence there, you see communication there, you see operation. Intelligence there is the camera, the communication is there. You mentioned three things you said.
Yeah.
Checkpoint is the patrol. Checkpoint is the operation there.
Yeah.
Then patrol is the communication. So you see all of them, three of them together. They should work together in synergy to make sure that things will work well. And for them to do that, there should be proper intelligence, because we need intelligence. Like they keep telling us that security is everybody's baby. You cannot say it's only security agencies that should do that. No. If you see something, you say something, they continue telling us that if you see something, the small thing you report, say, I see this, my help. You never can tell the one that can help. So everybody all hands should be on deck to report incidents or issues, whatever it is. You know, in our country, like if you are entering a bus now, or yes, a commuter vehicle, if you want to look at somebody's face, you are afraid. But Oyibo people will do it very well, because that's why if they commit crime and they don't even see the person, somebody will come and sketch without the person's photograph. He will describe the person, say, he's like this, he has beard, and by the time you finish describing, you will get the exact picture of that person. Why? Because the person looks at the person. If you don't look at the person, you will not be able to. But here, if you look at somebody, the person looks back at you, you start getting afraid. Why? Because you don't know what the person is. If there's peradventure, that person is a thief, and you get to highway where there are people, their colleagues are, they stop you, you will be the first person they will kill, because you have looked at the person very well. So they feel that you will be able to identify them. So I said, that man was looking at me when I entered. Let's eliminate him. So you see that most people, you don't want to even look at people too much like that, especially strangers. Except if you're in a comfort zone. You know, if I'm in my house, I'll pass my, I'll look at you very well. But if I'm entering a vehicle, it becomes difficult, and it will help us, because if it happens, you'll be able to say this person was sitting near me, and the person is like this, like this, like this. So people should be encouraged to look at people. Nobody is killing anybody. Look at people so that you'll be able to describe in case of any problem anywhere.
All right, in your last words, preventing crimes on our highways, what's your last message to Nigerians?
Preventing crimes.
Yeah, your last message.
What? I just told you now. My last message is that people should be, reporting issues. Okay. If you see anything, report it. Because there's no way you will not travel. There's no way you will not get to Lokoja or to Benin or to Ibadan. You must travel. If you have to travel, you won't say because they're kidnapping people, you will not go. You must go. But the thing is that you have to kind of be security conscious. security awareness first, then consciousness. You are aware that something like this is happening, then you have to be security conscious. By also looking at watching out for any anomalies. Yes, it's something you can say, no, this thing doesn't add here. We can now report the matter. That's it. There's nothing we can say other than government to help, like what you said, the surveillance, the checkpoints, and the patrol. They are all okay, but they could be capital intensive. It's whether the government will be able to carry it, we don't know. But if they're able to, I think it will help. It will help them with people's individuals being very careful, looking at, watching out for small details. Because they say there's no way people can attack if there's no insider. They say no, a thief cannot come here if he doesn't know this place. There must be somebody that will tell you, okay, this is a television. Okay, there's one television that has not been hung. Is that you can carry it? So the same way with all this kidnapping. Sometimes they have informants traveling even in the same vehicle. Now, because of this era of phone, I can be here, be sending message to my group. So people should be alert at all given time to be sure that safety is maintained on our highways.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here on the program. You really educated us and enlightened us on how to prevent crimes on our highways, and we hope that when next we call on you, you will answer. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes,
it's my pleasure.
And to you, our viewers, you've heard everything for our security expert on the program. Safety is everybody's business. It's not just the government alone. You can do well to keep yourself safe. And that is it on this episode of Watch Your Back, Preventing Crimes on Our Highways. Do well to join us for another interesting package of the program. My name is Margaret Ogumesi. Thank you for watching.